What do you want people to know about the NAIA?
I would say that it's kind of a hidden jewel. I think a lot of people don't necessarily know. I didn't know before I took the position there what NAIA was. And so, like I mentioned, the level is, I could say, low tier D1 to upper D2 all the way. There's a wide range because there's not separate divisions. Depends on the conference you're in. But I think it's a good gem if you really want to focus on academics, if you want smaller schools, because most of the schools are much smaller. Still competitive, you can still compete, you still learn well. You develop the whole person, I feel is a big focus on it. They have a lot of character. They actually have a program that they all have to go through as NAIA athletes across the board, and then each school really focuses on the character development as well. So,
Okay.
so it's a nice little hidden gem to kind of get the best of both worlds, I feel like.
So what's the difference between being a D1 or 2 or 3 athlete and an NAIA athlete?
I would say difference mainly in the sense that NAIA kind of encompasses all of it in the sense of skill level wise. I think you'll have a range of all. There's a lot of learning in the NAIA. You're going to be developing more. I would say in our program we've really developed the idea of being more D1 mindset in the sense of taking the extra time on your own, putting in the extra effort, all that sort of stuff. So it depends on what your athletes or what that program specifically wants. I think the biggest difference would be maybe in how our rules and what we can do in the sense of we don't have as many rules, so there's a little bit more freedom in recruiting, there's a little bit more freedom in what we do, and the time frame on how much we practice, we do practice in the fall just like the D1, D2s do. We go by weeks instead of days, but it's still a similar amount of time. We do have a long season. We start earlier in January. We can play. We don't have limits on when we can play our games. So there's maybe a little bit less travel than D1, so it's a little bit closer schools, but there's still going to be some travel to it. So it's similar. It really depends, I think, a little bit more on each school than whereas you might find D2s are all very similar, or a lot of D1s are somewhat similar. We happen to, at Menlo, have full-time sports performance staff and athletic trainers. So that's not necessarily common in NAIA. I think they are growing to more full-time staff. It's not as much stipend and stuff like that. So it's becoming more comparable, I guess you would say.
Tell me about your coaching philosophy and what players can expect if they come to play for you.
My biggest goal as a coach, my purpose, I feel, is to help them reach their fullest potential. So on and off the field. So I am very big on developing culture on our team. We spend a lot of time understanding personalities and how to communicate and how to work well with others. So a lot of on-field and off-field aspects of it. Very fundamental. So I love the details and understanding the fundamentals of the game. And if you take care of those fundamentals and those basics, the results are going to come. Very team-oriented. We have Ohana as our focus, so it's all about family, very supportive environment. Our girls get along on and off the field. I understand if they don't necessarily want to be around each other. Ours tend to. They room together and all that sort of stuff, which is great. But really focusing on having each other's back and supporting one another is huge for me. And gratitude is a big focus, not just on our team, but within our whole department. So doing service, giving back to your community, being thankful for the opportunities that you have, and then giving back in that regard.
What can the girls study at Menlo?
We're very specific. We're great at what we do, but we're a business, psych, sports management, and we've added real estate. That's it. When I first got there, I'm kind of like, business, I'm not going to go like work in a suit somewhere. But honestly, what I've discovered is business is really life. It teaches you how to work well with other people, understanding how to manage people, how to market yourself. They do one thing that's different, I found, at Menlo than many colleges is they're very hands-on. So you're doing very practical work. You start as a freshman discovering, what do I want to do? How do I get there? Making those networking connections so that they step into jobs when they graduate. So it's like a 75% have jobs upon graduation and 90% within 6 months. Most of them, they all do internships their junior year. Most of them have paid internships and are making more money than I will make by the time they graduate. But so it's a great, very practical learning environment, very close-knit. You're gonna have a very small class size. And the networking and job placement is just unreal. So that would be the little bit different and niche that we have there.
Yeah, it must be amazing being in the middle of Silicon Valley and studying business. I mean, that provides a lot of opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm. It does, and their connections, they have amazing connections within the Bay Area and Silicon Valley. But even if you want to do international business, that type of stuff, they have wide range of networking ability to place you into the top firms. I mean, I have a sophomore right now that's interning with one of the top 4. So it's pretty amazing the opportunities that they have at that school. But it definitely is not science. We have one science class, that's it. So you have to have that specific desire.
Okay, where can people go to find out more about Menlo?
Menlo.edu is our website. It's a great website, has everything you would want. There's videos, YouTube videos, so you can email me if they want, look us up on the site. The beautiful thing about NAIA, I can email you back specifically and talk to you, so they can get a lot of great information that way.